Hi everyone, my name is Rose and welcome to my channel. So today we're doing something a little different and I'm going to talk about all of the patterns that I'm really excited to sew. So these patterns are for like the end of year and I've already created 2 fall sewing videos. I can link these below as well, or if I can figure out how to get that little attached link in the video if you want to check some more fall content out. But for these are like end of year, beginning of next year content as well. I also have some holiday makes that I'm really excited for. A lot of them are also using scrap fabric from fabric that I was using this past year. And I'll leave a timestamp below, or attached, so that you can jump ahead or skip past holiday if you don't want to watch it, or if you do want to watch it. First up, we're talking about the Bianca flight suit. So this is a sewing pattern that I purchased probably over a year ago. I purchased this just before I got pregnant, and then after getting pregnant, I decided it's better to pause because this sewing pattern is quite tailored. And I didn't know exactly how my body would be after baby. So now is the time. And this sewing pattern, they suggest that you make a toile, which is really important, especially if you have like a longer or shorter torso. And I have a couple images that I found on Pinterest that I really love. And so I really love this initial first image, this like light green color. Like I love how tailored and professional it looks. And then also there's more of like a Free People, like chill version. So if you take a look at the pattern, they also offer one, like a version above the ankle, which is what I'm going to plan on doing. I really love the straight leg portion of this. I don't want to do anything towards the floor because I live here in the Netherlands and it's really important to not have your pants touching the ground. It rains quite a bit here. So having this ankle version is super nice, and I love the fact that you can button it and make it a little bit more tailored looking. So the next up that I'm really excited for is this statement coat. I found this really beautiful plaid blanket, and obviously like the challenge of working with a plaid is making sure all of the lines are matching. So I was able to map out everything on the floor first. And the thing is, I'm a little nervous to cut into it because it's actually so beautiful. But I think that after the holidays, I might break into this. I also want to take a couple pictures with my daughter on it, just for like a little photo up. And this is something I'm really excited for as well. So you actually don't need any sewing machine at all. This is all done by hand, and you just need some scrap yarn. It's sewn together with a blanket stitch. And it always just looks so beautiful. The designer herself actually has made a ton, and they're all on her Instagram. I can link it below. This, for me, I think for myself, I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter, so it doesn't actually fall like a little bit below the hips, but I like it wearing with like a high-waisted jeans. So I'm going to make it like a little bit below my waist just to make it a little bit more fitted to myself. And then I'm also going to add these pockets instead. I just like how this looks so much better. So these are just some minor corrections. Otherwise, I'm pretty obsessed with this coat, and I think I just have like just enough fabric for it. So nervous but excited at the same time. The next up is this like hooded accessory. So there's 2 versions, like I said. There's one that's more like a fitted hood, like this one on the left. I have a couple coats that don't actually have hoods, and I think this is so nice. And for the winter, I'm always so cold, so I think this is something that is so nice and will elevate your garment. I like having like one that's more like a wool fabrication, and then I also found these like other versions where it's like more quilted that I also really love. And I think for this version, I would like to find like a secondhand material. Thankfully found a pattern as well that's perfect for this. So if you like this version below, I'm also adding that link to the patterns, and all the patterns are going to be linked below. And let me know what you think about this. Are you also interested in creating some hooded accessories? So another sewing pattern that I'm really interested in is the Tulip trousers by Piar. So what I really love about these is it's adjustable. So if your body is fluctuating, or like since we're by the holidays and you know, stuff happens, I love that you can make this looser or tighter depending on your situation. And especially since I am postpartum, I love an adjustable waistband, especially since I always find my pants are too big on the waist and too small on the hips. So this little feature is really selling it for me. So I found fabric from my local fabric market. I really love how this can be paired with like a cute top or like a sweater, and it can be used for spring, it could be used for winter, and it could really be used for multiple seasons. Moving to holiday. So first off, I had a daughter and I have to make her a stocking. So I have a bunch of remnants from some pieces that are from an alteration business, and I'm gonna use all of those little pieces and build a stocking. So I had done this last year already, and it came out really cool. I used like a sweater that had a bunch of holes in it that I couldn't wear anymore, and I used these remnants to create like a really cool piece, like Free People Anthropology like stocking. And is to do this again for my daughter. Also add like a little name tag, because I'm gonna add like a fur collar again to this new one. So another little scrap buster is this wreath. So I found this while I was Pinteresting, and I really kind of just fell in love with it. I also really love the idea of using all of the fabric like scraps from like this previous year and just kind of using it as like a highlight or a little memento, and creating a wreath with it. So I do have a bunch of stuff that's in like pink tones that I think would look really lovely together. I usually buy like a real wreath every year, so I think that I'm gonna honor all my previous makes from this past year and add all those bows to it. So there's a couple of different layouts here. I really like this kind of like random all over, but you can also, if you don't have that much remnants, you can just do the one that has like the 3 all the way on to the right. If you don't even have too much, or if you have an abundance of scraps, you can also make bows and put them on your tree or create a beautiful little garland like the photo below. Also, something super exciting is you can make a giant bow for your tree, which is actually something I did. I found this beautiful pink material at my local fabric store or at my op shop, and I kind of fell in love with it. But when I brought it home, I realized 1, there's not enough fabric, and 2, it's not fabric that I would necessarily want to wear. So instead of using it for wearing, I randomly decided to try tying it to my tree to see if it would work as a bow. First, I thought it wasn't big enough, but I think it's the perfect size. So if you have any remnants, you can also make a little bow or a big bow for your tree. And just keeping with this like little trend of like honoring previous makes from this year. So this past year I got married and I made my little outfit, and I have some scraps, and I think it would be really cool if I turn this into an ornament. So I've seen this actually done before with people who work in alterations. They use like the lace or something to create something special to put on the tree. And I would love to do something like that. So these are just some ideas and options. One of them is also to add like some beading, like this star. I think that's a great idea, or create like a little sweater. I also saw a bunch of these like small stockings that you can put on your tree. And I've even seen people like add like cash to it, which I think is really cute idea, like especially later down the line. You can maybe hide in the tree and have like your child try to find it. So these are some really cool ideas. I also really like the idea of making like a little banner and writing my daughter's name, her name is Olivia, and like using embroidery and adding that to the tree. I think that would be like really cool. I've never seen this done before, and maybe it's totally weird, but a great way to use scrap fabric. And then obviously I'm making some stuff for Christmas. For me, I'm gonna be making, again, this Silver Saga dress, the Ophelia dress. I found this plaid fabric while I was at the secondhand store, and I can't stop thinking about making the Ophelia dress from it. I really try to like sit down and design something else, but I just really am obsessed with this dress. And since I found this fabric, I just feel like it's so perfect for it. One of my previous makes was also in a lightweight cotton for the Ophelia, and it turned out perfectly. It's this yellow top version, and I'm really excited to see the plaid version. I do have some leftover fabric so that I can make something to match my daughter. I was thinking of making a little romper that you see here in the center. I picked up these two patterns that I've been keeping an eye on, and they went on sale, and so I had to scoop them up. So I really like the romper to match back to me, and then I have another fabric that I will be also using as a dress. So she'll have a dress and a little Christmas romper. And another thing that I thought would be really fun is using sequins. So I'm really interested in finding like a perfect sequin fabric. I'm interested in a maxi sequin skirt. For sewing pattern, I just received Fibre moves, and they have a maxi pencil skirt, which I think would be perfect for this. And then, so I think this would also be very cute together. So I've been super interested in creating like a little bralette, a tube top, but with ostrich feathers to match back to the sequin skirt. So that would be super fun for New Year's. We would probably have some friends over, and maybe we do like a little personal party at my house. So those are the two other pieces. The top for this ostrich feather would probably just be self-drafted with some cute like spaghetti straps, but this is something that I've been super interested in for a long time. And if you grab some extra ostrich feathers, like it would be very cool to add them to, or the Daily Sleeper does the sleeper with the ostrich feathers on the cuff. And I've also seen designers incorporate this on the hem of the jean. And then last but not least, my little private collection, Made by Roe. So these are sewing patterns. So Made by Roe is all the patterns of my private collection. Currently, I am working on 3 new patterns. So a Claudette bralette, the swing short, and also a ruffled top, which is not named just yet. But I have one more make of the Claudette. Then I'm off for some pattern testers. So I just need to adjust a couple small tweaks. If you're interested in being a pattern tester, you can just comment pattern tester below, and I will send you an email. And last but not least, we have my small sewing collection called Made by Roe, which is exclusively made by me here in the Netherlands. So pattern making, all the processes, creating the instructions, and pushing everything out for sales. So I'm really excited because I have 3 sewing patterns that I've been working on and I need testers for, and I would love for your help. So first up is this top. So I made so many makes of this. It was really cute. I used it as a summer staple, but I also think this could be nice with you layering maybe a t-shirt or a tight sweater underneath. Perfect for fall and winter as well. And I also paired this with my next pattern, which is the swing short. So the swing short I made mostly in wovens until recently when I just made it into a knit, and I have this as this lounge set, and I completely fell in love with the knit version as well. So this was perfect to pair with another top to make it look like you're wearing a dress. So you can either do this with that first top that I showed, or you can pair it with something else that you have in your wardrobe as well, that you have leftover fabric. And then last but not least is my Claudette bralette. So this was made originally for a pregnancy shoot, but I would love to actually publish this pattern as well. So I just wanted something that was nice and light and romantic and easy, and Claudette was born. And I just think that you're gonna love this one as well. So please let me know if you're interested in any of these patterns. You can send me an email to my address below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to know if there's any patterns or if you have any makes that you're interested in making. Please comment below, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. See you next time.